What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumiose Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we will be talking about everything that Pokemon Black and White got wrong. So Pokemon Black and White were very controversial games when they first came out, but have over time kind of captured the heart of fans, and in my opinion, started to get the respect that they deserve, because these honestly are great games. However, if you've been keeping up with our series, which if you haven't, you can definitely check out, then you know that every Pokemon game has flaws, and Pokemon Black and White is no exception, and today we are discussing those flaws. So without further ado, let's talk about what they got wrong. So the number one thing is going to be that some attempts to soft reboot old Pokemon felt cheap and kind of just seemed like wasted additions in the decks. And what I mean is, let me explain how Black and White was a soft reboot. It was supposed to kind of be a very small reboot to the franchise. A soft reboot is where you're not literally rebooting, like wiping and starting from scratch. It is literally just kind of trying to refresh the series. And so Black and White did this by, of course, removing old Pokemon in the game until the post-game. And the base dex was just the brand new Pokemon in the game. And so they also took some of those new Pokemon and tried to kind of reference older Pokemon, if you will. And some of these were really cool, like Roggenrola is a 3-stage rock type where the final evolution you get by trading it. That's clearly kind of supposed to be the Geodude of the region. Same thing with Timber and Machop and their lines. And things like that are cool. Gigalith is adored by a lot of people, including myself. But there were some that just felt a little cheesy to me. Like the Trubbish line, you know, it's literally garbage. We don't need a second Muck. You could have just given us a 2-stage poison type that was a bit cooler. Sock and Throw, clearly supposed to be our Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Again, just kind of seemed like a wasted addition, especially because they just made them pure fighting like the Timberline. They really could have diversified that some more. And at the end of the day, I know this is more opinion based, but that's kind of the whole thing about these series, is they are going to be my opinion. So if your favorite Pokemon is Trubbish, Garbodor, Sock, or Throw, first off, that's really cool because I have never seen anybody who those are their favorite Pokemon. But second off, sorry, just my opinion. Now, on the note of taking out old Pokemon till the post game, that is my next complaint about these games. Now look, when I go into a new game, I like to use brand new Pokemon. The only exception was in Sun and Moon. It was just because I wanted to try something different, try to use some older ones, see if I enjoyed it. I didn't. But I think that there should be the option to use older Pokemon, because some people do like to do that. Some people are so committed to their favorite Pokemon that they will use it in every single playthrough. Just like how Ash brings his Pikachu to every single region. So while I don't like to do that, I do think that the people who want to do that should have that option. And especially when the Gen 5 Pokemon were as controversial as they were and introduced so many that are still pretty controversial, like Trubbish or Vanillite or Cryogonal. I think they should have had old Pokemon kind of fill the decks a little bit too. I mean, even if it was just like 50 to 80 of them, it would have been a big help. Now, the next thing is something that I do think they kind of touched up on in Black 2 and White 2, but we're not talking about Black 2 and White 2, we're talking about Black and White, and that is that musicals were a poor contest substitute. Now, up until this point, starting with Gen 3, we had contests, and then we had them in Gen 4 as well, slightly tweaked and all, and people really enjoyed them. Black and White replaced them with these musicals where, like, it wasn't really even a competition. You just kind of threw stuff on your Pokemon and watched the little sprites, like, roll around on a screen. And, I mean, I guess it's cute. I mean, I'm sure it will be in the remakes, but even still, it wasn't any kind of competition. It was just really weird overall, and just not the same as contests, and a very poor, what I believe to be a substitute for them. Now, again, I feel like Black 2 and White 2 kind of added the PokeStar Studios, and that fixed it up a little bit, but Black and White didn't have that. It just had the musical, and that's what we're critiquing, and that wasn't great. So then, the next thing we're going to talk about, and the final thing we're going to talk about, is going to be that Black and White took one of their coolest and most, heavily marketed Pokemon and made it nearly impossible to get. And that Pokemon is Zorua and Zoroark. So, for those of you who don't know, Pokemon Black and White introduced Zorua and Zoroark. They were kind of like the poster child of Unova. They were, in a lot of ways, like the Lucario of the region. I mean, just very iconic. They were featured in a movie. They were one of those Pokemon where they're not legendaries, but they almost feel like it because of how just cool they are and how much the Pokemon Company is marketing the heck out of them. They had these amazing new abilities with Illusion, and yet you couldn't get it in Black and White. The only way you could get it is that you could get this shiny Raikou Entei Suicune event in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and probably Platinum, Diamond, and Pearl. And then you could trade those over, or transfer those over to Black and White, and catch a wild Zoroark. Or you could get a Celebi event in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, probably Platinum, Diamond, and Pearl, and transfer that over and get a gift Zorua. But that's it. And, I'm speaking as someone who was 10 years old when Black and White came out in America. I got the Celebi, but only because we went to the GameStop, and it just so happened that we thought Black and White was coming out because they had the posters up and all, but they're like, no, that's not coming out, but do you have your games? Because there's a Celebi event, and it gets you this cool thing in Black and White. And so if we didn't have a really cool GameStop employee, we would have never gotten that. And so that's what I mean is, you have to think, at the end of the day, Pokemon games are mostly catered towards kids, and if you're a kid, you very well could have missed out on this event, and thus the coolest Pokemon in the game, or at least what the Pokemon Company clearly wanted you to think was the coolest Pokemon in the game. And I really think that's not cool. Again, it's something that's fixed in Black 2 and White 2, but we're not judging Black 2 and White 2, we're judging Black and White. So there you have it, guys. Those are my thoughts on what I think the biggest flaws from Pokemon Black and White were. Again, these are my opinions. You probably disagree with me. You might have more. You might think that these things were fine. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Be sure to also like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Really enjoy doing these videos and excited to bring you many more of them. So, like, so you can show support, and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on those videos. Until next time, I will see all of you later.